Hey everyone, it's Erin Light from Transformational Tech Support, providing holistic solutions for your body, mind, soul, and business. For those of you who don't know, I help conscious, spiritual, and heart-centered entrepreneurs and business owners attract their dream clients, customers, and cash without selling their souls so they can transform the world with more ease, joy, and fun than they ever thought possible. I'm an intuitive business coach, a client attraction specialist, a certified rapid results coach, a certified instant miracle coach, a certified healing facilitator, a web and graphic designer, a branding and online marketing consultant, and troubleshooter. I'm also the founder of Holistic Prevention and Wellness and the Holistic Breast Cancer Prevention Series From Fear to Empowerment. So everything I do is done from the lens of holistic and conscious business. Intentional and inspired marketing for the 21st century that's in alignment with your heart and soul so that nothing feels sleazy, right? Because selling is serving. And if you're with me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, give me some love, and give me a comment and says, I'm with you, Erin. All right, so if you haven't already done so, please go to facebook.com/transformational tech support and be sure to like and follow my page. And also next to following, there's a little arrow pointing down. I call that a drop down arrow. Click on it. It shows a menu. Click see first so you never miss a post. Because I offer you tons of client attraction posts for free. And my trainings are sometimes too long, but they always include a butt ton of golden nuggets. Okay, mixing metaphors and maybe not the prettiest of scenarios there, but free trainings, value-packed golden business nuggets. You don't want to miss them. So make sure you're also subscribing to my YouTube channel and following me there as well. Okay, now let's get down to business. All right, so this training really is going to be shorter than most of my trainings, thank goodness. I know, you're welcome. Okay, so I actually was going to share a free training in one of my groups. This group is for conscious business girlfriends as in women who support each other and have each other's backs, who collaborate rather than compete with each other. Right? Who climb the ladder and then turn around and reach out a hand to help our sisters up, our girlfriends up the ladder. I also have a business group that is non-gender specific called Conscious and Prosperous Biz Owners. So you're more than welcome and invited if that resonates with you to join that group as well. And we do have promo days in both groups as well, but really join not just to promote yourself, but to connect, share, and receive value about holistic and conscious business, and to make new connections and friends. We need each other. Okay, so that being said and out of the way, I was going to share a free training in my Conscious Business Girlfriends group. I may also share it into my Conscious and Prosperous Holistic Business group as well, because I had promised my Conscious Business Girlfriends that I would share them with them, gift them 2 free trainings this week, plus a free healing video. And I believe I shared the free healing video for helping you to feel more free, because here in America where I live, it's Independence Week. It was July 4th, 4th of July, Independence Day this week here, all about celebrating freedom. So you don't have to be American to want to have and feel more free in your life. So if you'd like to feel more free in your life, check out my free Infinity Healing video for that. I made it a couple of years ago, but it's still as potent and powerful as ever. Yes, it works on the replay. Yes, it works years later. The healing is encoded into the video. Also, it's not a video per se in that you don't have to watch it. You can just click play and give it your full attention. You can even have your eyes closed and just listen to it. Make sure you're not operating machinery, watching small kids, using cutlery, or doing anything that you can't devote your full attention to just listening to it though. But if you'd like to receive a Healing for Feeling More free, it's on my YouTube channel. It's on my business page, Transformational Tech Support, providing holistic solutions for your body, mind, soul, and business on Facebook. And it's on, I think it's in both groups now. Okay, but anyway, I had promised my girls I would share 2 free trainings this week, and I got as far as sharing one and the free healing video. So I came in here to share the second one, which I recorded days ago, but hadn't yet gotten around to sharing or scheduling it. And it's actually a good thing that I'm manually posting this one instead of posting it by scheduling. Here's why. Take a look at the screen. You don't have to be a woman or in this group to benefit. Men are welcome as well. So you can see here I wrote, here's free training number 2 as promised, girlfriends, and I put the YouTube link. But look what we see here. Guys and dolls, guys and gals, women and men, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what we're seeing here. This link doesn't look vivid. It doesn't look eye-catching. It does not look pretty. And it certainly doesn't look inviting. And if I was scrolling on my news feed, it would not catch my attention unless my reticular activating system, part of my brain, aka RAS, was scanning for free training subconsciously. I probably would just scroll right past this and miss it, even though it would be valuable to me and my business, right? As a conscious entrepreneur. So, what can we do to make this link more inviting, more pretty, more attention grabbing? It doesn't even have to be pretty, but it does have to be attention grabbing, right? So what can we do? We can add an image preview with the link. And how do we do that? Well, this is why in the last video training I talked about always testing your links. And that's part of the divine, masculine, intentional action-taking portion of business, right? So I've talked before about testing before you launch, right? So a lot of us, we know that we need to schedule in or plan in wherever possible the strategy, action-taking parts of business of, hey, we want to launch a program or a product. We want to invite our peeps, our tribe, our followers to partake and avail themselves of it. It could be an event, a challenge, whatever it is. We are planning a launch, right? And we want to allow time for that so that we allow time for us to optimally, intentionally create it and plan it and structure it so that it's optimally going to benefit our peeps, our tribes. At the same time, we also want to give them time to see it, learn about it, get their attention, and get them to take the action we want them to take, which is to buy that product or invest in that service or sign up for that challenge or sign up to join our business list or what have you, right? So I recommend to my clients no less than, depending on what the product or event or launch is, a general rule of thumb, no less than 2 weeks. And that's really cutting it closer than I would really recommend. It's going to put unneeded, unnecessary, undue pressure on you and your team if you have a team, whether it's one person like a virtual assistant or an OBM, online business manager, or social media marketer. If you really want to have a more ease-filled life, and I'm all about ease, joy, and fun wherever possible in business, allow more than 2 weeks, right? So no less than 2 weeks. That's a bare minimum. But one of the reasons is to give you time to create it optimally for them to best serve them. The second reason is to give you time to promote it properly so you have enough time to build momentum and interest and get them to sign up or invest or what have you. And also have any partners who are going to be promoting it for you to have time to promote and share with their lists as well. But there's a third important reason I recommend allowing yourself more time to prepare for launches, and that is because you want time to test everything. You want to test the links, you want to test the order links, the sales links, the email opt-in form, sign-up links. You want to make sure everything's working like a well-oiled engine, right? And so you need time to test it yourself, to have any team members test it for you. You need to be able to sign out of your website, sign out of your accounts, and test it as if you're one of your dream clients or customers, seeing it and testing it and click, well, they won't be testing it, they'd be clicking on it, right? To go to your sales page or your event sign-up page or your email list sign-up page or whatever it is. You want to test it as if you're them, okay? So this was an informal training, a gift from my heart to yours, for Independence Week. It was an extra gift I was bestowing to you all, and in particular to my business girlfriends group. And so I created the video on the fly because guess what, you guys? When you're a conscious business owner, and when you're heart-centered, when you're a spiritual business owner or entrepreneur, we can schedule till the cows come home, but ultimately at the end of the day, our actions are guided by our intuition, or for some of us, source, or the universe, or our divine connection to all that is, whatever your name for it is. Oftentimes we can plan till the cows come home, but ultimately Spirit is going to have the final say-so on when and how that inspiration comes through, or when and how to share it. Like you might have had a plan, oh, I'm going to plan for the 4th of July, like say if your audience is American, to share a free gift or a product offer or what have you. And you might plan it months in advance, and then at the last minute or the day before, like happened to me, Spirit might say, no, don't make a paid offer, or yes, make a paid offer, but it's not going to be what you thought it was going to be. Instead, offer blank, fill in the blank, right? And I'm naturally more right-brained, but I was raised more left-brained, so I have this nice marriage of the divine masculine and divine feminine going on. At the same time, those old left-brain ways are still there to some extent. They're just not as loud or controlling as they used to be. And so my inner perfectionist, I'm a recovering perfectionist. If you are a perfectionist or recovering perfectionist, let me know in the comments if you can relate to this, was not happy at all. In fact, she was quite pissed off. She was really angry that the day before 4th of July, she was being directed to go ahead and make a product offer after all. So the reason she was mad is it didn't allow any time to promote or do it the quote-unquote right way or the correct way or the best way. And so that's when the inner judgment kicked in, the inner critic, the inner perfectionist, the inner control freak kicked in and was not pleased at all. But I decided to trust Spirit and create the offer anyway. While I was creating the offer that I was inspired to create at the last minute, Spirit came through with another divine download and instructed and directed me to create a video training about it so that you guys could see the process of when some inspiration comes through last minute to share an offer, whether it's a free or paid offer with your peeps, with your tribe, that you can optimize it as best as possible on the fly in the spur of the moment. For instance, in that training video from the other day, because it came through last minute as inspiration, I didn't have time or energy to create a proper sales page and do it the way they say you have to do with the sales page on your website and planning it out. And like I just said, I recommend no less than 2 weeks of planning and testing and promoting for proper optimal execution so you can help the most people you came here to help and also make the most money at the same time, right? So it's a win-win-win for everyone. That did not happen. So on the fly, I had to, following divine guidance, make my social media post, in this case to my Facebook audience, be basically a stand-in sales page. And so on top of doing that all at the last minute, as guided to, I was then divinely guided, hey, make a video training showing your peeps, your tribe, how when this happens to them, to optimally, even if it's last minute, make their Facebook post as close as possible as a stand-in sales page, and how to do that as optimally as possible, even if it's last minute. So in the middle of everything, for my July 4th offer, I end up having to record a video training. And I really, really, really thought it was going to be short. It ended up being longer than I would have preferred in any way, shape, or form. Yet it is value-packed and tons of golden nuggets. So if you have some extra time, check it out. Otherwise, I recommend you watch it like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Take notes on your phones, devices, computers, tablets, whatever works for you, however you best take notes, or old style, old school pen and paper, whatever works for you, you're going to want to take notes. Okay, so I recorded it, but then Inner Critic got to me and I was busy doing other business stuff and life stuff, and I wasn't ready to share it yet because I had to share my offer on July 4th, and then I shared the other video training the other day, and then I shared my free video as I had promised my girls I would do. And so I didn't want to release that all on the same day, so I decided to stretch it out over this Freedom Independence Week here in America. Even though not all of my followers are American, because everybody could benefit from what I shared, right? So there are tons of tips and advice and value as far as intentional and inspired marketing, regarding holidays, whether or not you observe, whether or not you're American. There's all kinds of gold in there, so check it out when you get a chance to. I don't know if it's publicly available on my YouTube channel. That one might be unlisted. Anywho, okay, let me take a breath. Take one with me, please, if you haven't taken a deep breath this hour yet. We're going to do in through our nose to a count of 4 and out through our mouths to a count of 4. Ready? And so for those of you who are new to me or to holistic business, we've talked about using the power of breath to increase our circulation, our money flows, to help us grow our businesses, increase our flows of dream clients and customers and cash. All with our #1 physical transformational tool free to every human being at every minute, and that is the power of breath, and the #1 thing we need to be alive as humans. So let's go ahead and take another breath. Okay, so even in a strategic marketing video or training like this one's meant to be, you'll still have the conscious and holistic business weaved in with it. It's not like my logical mind would plan it or like it. It's not happy about it, but it's just coming through this way, and I'm learning more and more to release and trust more. So you guys get to observe me using my own transformational tools in the moment, and it's not often pretty. And it damn sure does not please my ego, my logical mind, my inner critic, my inner judge, my inner perfectionist. But if you can relate to this, go ahead and give me some love and let me know in the comments. Okay, let's do one more deep, slow breath. Okay, and now back to business. So I went to share training #2 just now in my Conscious Business Girlfriends group. And as you can see, I've pasted in the YouTube link. I gave it a few seconds and Facebook rendered or displayed the link for me, but what's missing is the image preview, as I've said. So why is that? Why did that happen? Sometimes Facebook gets buggy and sometimes links are a little bit buggy. And so if you want more clicks on your links, as I've mentioned in other previous trainings, you're always, and oh yeah, always going to want to include some kind of imagery with your posts, even when you're just sharing a link. In fact, especially when you're just showing a link. So what can I do? Luckily, I was paying attention, even though I was half asleep, and I noticed and caught it before clicking this post button here, as you can see. So what can I do to try to correct this? And that's what this video is for. Because as part of testing before you launch, or even before you share a link, right? You can go ahead and paste in your link. After the link, hit enter like you're going to skip down a line. Give it a few seconds depending on your internet connection and the device, the speed of the device you're on, and how much memory and power the device you're using has, whether it's a phone, a tablet, a laptop, a computer, whatever. Give Facebook a few seconds to render the link. Once you see the link preview down below, notice if they're intentionally, consciously pay attention and see, is there an image preview with it? If so, great. As long as the post has the copy or the text up here in the box you want it to have and a call to action, then you're good to go. If I didn't bother to take time to get as far as adding a call to action this time, and for the moment I'm okay with that, but generally rule of thumb, include a call to action with every post. Okay, so that's a golden nugget right there for those of you taking notes. If you're not taking notes, I recommend you take notes and record that. Okay, so how can I fix this? How can you fix it when you go to share a link and the image preview is not displaying? Okay, first click this. I don't know if you can see this little X here. Click it to remove the link image preview. Next, go ahead and copy the link and cut it. Okay. Now you're going to use something that I covered in a video I made the other day, but I don't think it's free training, number one, because that video was even longer than my normal ones, and I think I decided not to share that one. So this one will be just a quicker one of how you can debug a link, or a non-geek speak, how you can get your links to show up with an image preview. So to do that, you're going to open a new browser tab, which I've already done. Hang on one second. Okay, don't freak out. Yes, there's some geeky stuff on the screen now. Sharing debugger, what's that? Oh no, she's trying to turn us into a geek or a nerd. I'd rather just call the Geek Squad, Erin. That's okay, this won't turn you into a geek. You can do this. If you don't want to do this, you can outsource it to your team, like a virtual assistant, aka a VA, or to an online business manager, aka OBM, or to a social media manager. So you don't have to do this yourself, but it's important that you know how to do this so that you can direct your team to do it, because not everyone knows to do this or that it's even possible. But don't let this screen intimidate you. One, it won't turn you into a geek, and two, it's actually super easy. You don't even have to look at most of this screen or know what most of this stuff means. So first of all, where am I and how do you get there so you can, or your team can do this for you, so that you can get your link images, your link previews to show up with an image so that it will catch the attention of your dream clients and or customers when they're scrolling their news feeds. Here's what you do. You open a separate browser tab. You use Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever search engine of your choice. I prefer Bing for several reasons I won't go into on this video training. But whatever, just open a separate tab, go to a search engine, type in Facebook Debugger Tool. 3 words. Facebook, 1 word. Debugger, 2nd word. Tool, T-O-O-L, 3rd word. Search. The first listing in the search results that comes back should be the one you want. Okay? Click it. And this is what you'll see at the top of the page. Facebook for developers. But Erin, I'm not a developer, and seeing that geeky talk just made me freeze. It's okay. Take a breath with me. You don't have to be a geek, you don't have to be a coder, you don't have to be a hacker, and you don't have to be a developer to use this easy, quick tool. Okay? All you need to know is how to search. If you just used a search engine like Google or Bing or Yahoo, to type in Facebook Debugger tool and clicked enter or tapped enter or go to get to this page, then you know how to use this page, even if you've never seen it before right now. You see a box here with a cursor blinking in it. You see a button here that says the word debug on it. That's all you need. You can ignore all the rest of this page, but bookmark this page for future reference or have your team do it, okay? And if you want, you can even have your team watch these videos, but you need to be aware of this too so you can direct them or oversee them or what have you. Okay, I don't recommend micromanaging. Almost nobody likes that. So make sure you hire people you can trust. But just because you can trust them doesn't mean that they have this tool in their wheelhouse or know it, so you need to be able to know this so that when you and your team have scheduled in a testing phase, time to test your links and everything to prepare for your launch. So not just time to create and structure the launch, not just time to create that offering optimally, not just time to share it with other people promoting it for you and with you, not just time to promote it, but also time for testing it, right? To make sure everything is a well-oiled engine and functioning properly and smoothly. Okay, so as for the testing, you go to share a link, and before you even publish the post, you realize, oh crap, where's the image? You notice it, or your team notices it, or you both notice it. This is how you fix it. So in this case, remember we selected that link and we cut it right out of the Facebook post box? You or your team member can come in here, paste it right into this box, and click the debug button. Now, did that turn you into a geek? No. Excuse me. Now, Facebook will have all this information. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it intimidate you. If you start to feel, ugh, what does all that crap mean? Stop. Breathe. The great news, you don't have to know what it means. We're looking for one thing and one thing only, and that is an image with the link. That's it. Scroll up and down this page until you see an image. Luckily, it's showing us an image right here. So how do we know it's the link? Because it says youtube.com. We know the main link is hosted on YouTube for this free video training. Not the one you're watching now, but the one I was trying to share the link to. For you, it's going to have the link to whatever website you're trying to share the link to, instead of saying YouTube, unless you're trying to share it to a YouTube video. So, free training to get more views and clicks on your FB posts is the name of my video on YouTube that I was trying to share the training for. And what do we see here? An image. And that's what we wanted. But quite often, you or your team, whoever pastes the link into this box and clicks the debug button, may not see an image yet. Okay? So it doesn't matter what time or how long ago the link was scraped, so it says time scraped. You don't even need to know what that means. Doesn't even matter when it was scraped. If you don't see an image preview with the link, just click scrape again. Okay? Because often just pasting in the link into this top box and clicking debug automatically fixes this problem. So I'm going to even click scrape again because it doesn't hurt anything and just for the fun of it. Make sure the image I want is still showing up. It doesn't matter if you see warnings. Oftentimes you'll see warnings and all kinds of danger, Will Robinson, alarm, and alert symbols. For now, for the sake of what we're trying to do right now, which is just to get an image to show up with your link previews, all you needed to do was click debug, and sometimes if you still don't see the image with the link, then click scrape again button. It's so easy, a kid or a monkey can do it. Okay, that's it. Now hang on, we're going to go back to the original tab we're trying to share the Facebook post with for the link. Okay, and we're going to repaste the link back into the box. Now, sometimes you don't have to hit enter and Facebook will automatically render the link. Sometimes you do have to hit enter to skip down a line. This time, all I had to do is paste it back in and bada bing, bada boom, et voila. Facebook is now showing us the link preview with an image. And that's what we wanted. And so I'm going to show you one more tip. You may know this, you may not. If you didn't know what I'm about to show you, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Hey, I never knew that's how you did that. So what am I going to show you? I'm going to show you, okay, how can I clean up the text area where we put the copy, the text, whatever you want to call the words, the description, the caption. How can we clean it up so that this ugly link is not showing and make it look more professional? Well, once Facebook has rendered the link with the image preview, you can now delete the link itself, only after Facebook has rendered it. So now it says, here's free training number 2 as promised, girlfriends. Now, technically I could add a call to action. I could say, just click the link below to view it. So I could take out the word just and say click the link to view it, and then we have a clear straight cut call to action, or CTA, a direct command of the action you want your peeps to take, right? Click the link below to view it, I could say, or to watch it. Now, for those of you may or may not know this, it used to be when you shared links on Facebook that from YouTube, there would automatically be a play button on top of the image preview, and then you could just click play right here and it would play the video right there on the same Facebook page, and you wouldn't actually have to jump over to YouTube to watch it. That way it keeps your audience right there on your page like you want them to, and they don't even have to leave Facebook. But lately there have been some real glitches and bugs with that option, and sometimes now I can get my YouTube links to share with the play button, and oftentimes these days it doesn't, and there's no rhyme or reason. I've tried all kinds of different debugger tools, not the Facebook one, some special third-party apps, and I cannot consistently get that play button to come back. Let me know what your experience is, if you've had this problem or not, and if you did have the problem, which solution has worked for you, so that we can all benefit from it in the comments. Okay, so I've cleaned up this post. I've added a direct call to action. Now I want it to be more friendly, more formal, because it's in my own private informal group of business conscious girlfriends, where it's more informal and more heartfelt and heart-centered, and we're really getting to know each other as friends and colleagues. We don't have to be so on duty and so stiff upper lip and formal about it, right? So I'm okay with having the word just to make this call to action command be a little less harsh and a little less formal in my own small, intimate business girlfriends group. So it depends on where you're sharing your post and who your audience is and how professional you need to be. For instance, if your audience are corporate clients and you need to have some kind of level of professionalism, and it's not an intimate mastermind or group, and you're not on like necessarily a first name basis with them, then you're going to have to keep it more professional, in which case a direct call to action like click the link below to view it, or sign up by clicking this link, whatever it is, you wouldn't need an informal word like just, right? So keep your audience and your dream clients and customers and who you want to see this in the action you want them to take in your mind for intentional marketing, right? So in this case, it works for me to say just click the link below to view it. I'm not even going to put emojis in, although if I wanted, I could say just click play and put a play emoji in there, but ain't nobody got time for that right now. I don't have time to get fancy right now. This is a free training. It's already value packed. It's in my intimate group right now. I'm not going to get all fancy, do emojis, do graphics. No, not right now. for topics in some of your groups, if you have a group and you're the administrator of it, Facebook will sometimes allow you to add topics. It's a relatively new feature. It's not even available to all of my own groups that I administer, but it is available to me in this group. So I'm going to go ahead and tag it. It's a free gift. It's a video. Has to do... This one's not about freedom or Independence Day. It's not about healing. This one's strategy and marketing, right? So business, free gifts, video success, good enough for now. So now that I have the image preview, now that I have the text or copy ready in my description / caption area, now that I have my topics added, I'm going to go ahead and post it to my group. And here we go. And as I've said, sometimes the play button will show up, sometimes it won't. So if I knew for a fact that YouTube and Facebook were playing nice with each other and with me, and we're going to put the play button on the image preview, I would have changed my call to action text and said, click play below to watch it now. Or click the play button below to watch it. But again, I knew that they've been acting super buggy with my YouTube links and not always showing the play button when I share the links on Facebook. And so if I were to have typed click play below, or click play on the video below, or click the play button below on the image preview to watch the video, and you go and look and you're like, I don't see a play button, what is she talking about? Then maybe you would have taken the time and clicked on the link and been taken to the YouTube page where the video lives, and it would start autoplaying, and maybe you wouldn't have, right? So keep that in mind. If you're sharing a video from either Vimeo or YouTube, and this is yet another reason to test your links first, because sometimes they'll show up with the play button, sometimes they won't. And so if you write click play on the video below, or click the play button below to watch this video now, and the play button doesn't show up and you or your team weren't paying attention to that because you assumed it would show up because it has in the past and therefore it should logically show up now, it's just going to be confusing and unclear to your audience. So this is why testing is important, right? So it's a good thing I didn't say just click play below to watch it now. I would have rather done that. I would have rather the play button showed up, but it just is not working that way right now. And so it's a good thing I tested it. Okay, so it's opened in the link when I clicked it in YouTube and is now auto playing the video from there. So there you have it. And while this video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be, it's still shorter than most of my videos. So, Erin, what if I don't have a YouTube link, but the image doesn't show up with the preview? The image preview doesn't show up with the link preview. Can I use the debugger tool for that? Yes, you can. In this case, it just happened to be that I was going to share a YouTube link when I noticed the image preview wasn't showing up and decided, hey, let me take this as an opportunity to show you guys how to use the Facebook debugger tool. So yes, you can use this to link to your website, whether it's your opt-in page, a sales page, a blog post, whatever website the link goes to. If you go to share it in Facebook and it doesn't render with the image, use the debugger tool with one caveat. Hold on, I'm going to take a deep, slow breath. You're welcome to take one with me. Okay, so if it's to a web page on your website and you or your team goes to share the link and the image preview is not showing up even after you debug the link, I'm going to tell you why that would happen. Here's your bonus golden nugget. Are you ready to write this down or type it? It's because either you guys failed to upload a featured image to your website for that web page, or you've since changed the featured image on your website and not cleared your browser cache and not properly saved it in your website, sometimes not even cleared your website cache. So if you forgot to, or didn't think to, or didn't know to, or don't know how to add a featured image to your web page, let me know in the comments and I will instruct you how. But if you have somebody on your team, they should know that if they're managing their website for you. And for those of you who have WordPress websites or want a website, I recommend WordPress. Yes, I'm biased. I've been creating websites for clients and customers in WordPress since 2013 officially, 2012 unofficially. And unlike a VA or an OBM, I actually attended school for media communications and web design. So I'm also a certified coach, but I've also done this for a living and been doing business online officially since 2013. So WordPress, bar none, beats the competition. Oh, but Erin, I like the drag and drop features of Squarespace or Weebly or whatever the other ones are. Yes, they seem user-friendly on the surface, but they're incredibly limited when you're trying to grow a business. You need a website that can grow with you and your business and evolve with you, and that's going to be WordPress, whether you manage it yourself or you hire myself or someone else to manage it for you. WordPress, hands down, no matter what. And yes, there are ways to make WordPress more user-friendly where you can simulate the drag and drop experience that you would have on, say, Squarespace or Weebly or Wix, so that it is easier for you to use and more fun. Okay, so if you have a WordPress site, make sure you add a featured image to each and every blog post, to each and every sales page, to each and every opt-in page, to each and every home page. Almost every page should have its own featured image. That's going to be a publicly visible page that you want people, your dream clients and customers, to visit. Okay? So it must have an updated featured image for that sales page or that opt-in page or that home page or that blog post or whatever it is in order for an image preview to show up when you share the link on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or somewhere else. Facebook can't magically create a featured image for you. Now, if you're using an SEO, short for search engine optimization for those who don't know, software or app or plugin with your website, no matter which kind of website you're using, then sometimes it can be set in a way where if there's no featured image added to the web page that link goes to, that the SEO software will go ahead and pull a main generalized image that represents your entire website, right? But in this case, as you can see on the screen from this video I was using as a demo for my free training number 2, I don't know if you can see this, but it says Client Attraction Special in the first graphic. It has this big bang colorful explosion in the middle graphic, because in America for the 4th of July, for Independence Day, we celebrate with fireworks. And then in the third graphic, it actually says get more signups. So if I were to share a link or a post, I want those graphics to show up. So if I had time to create a sales page for that offer I shared for the 4th of July, whether you were American or not, inspired by freedom and independence that we celebrate in America, I would have chosen one of these images, one of these graphics, to be the featured image for that sales page on my website. And then when I shared the link to my sales page for my website, I would have made sure that one of those images showed up in the image preview when I went to share that link on Facebook. If, however, I had failed to do that, then my SEO software that I have set up on my website would have shared the general main logo for my website, which has nothing to do with this particular offer. And so if you're scrolling in your newsfeed in your My Dream Client and you're trying to attract your dream clients and customers and cash with more ease, joy, and fun than you ever thought possible without feeling sleazy or selling your soul, you would see my regular logo for my website, but it wouldn't necessarily speak to you about a client attraction special, right? So when you're scrolling your news feed, we want the imagery, the graphics, whatever the photo is, to not only catch the eye and attention of your dream clients and customers, but also be relevant to the text and the caption, the description, the copy in there of what it has to do with. Since this was a post about a client attraction special that was a flash sale that was only 24 hours, then I not only want to made you look when you're scrolling your news feed with the imagery, but I also want the imagery to be relevant to the post and the offer itself, right? These three images, these three graphics were relevant to the offer. So I would make one of those the featured image had I had time and energy to create a proper sales page for that July 4th offer. So that when myself or others go to share that link for me on Facebook and other social media, that the link renders or is displayed with an image preview that's relevant and attention grabbing, right? For my dream clients and customers scrolling their news feeds. So these are going to be way more relevant, pertinent, and eye-catching than the regular logo for my website. And if you don't have any kind of SEO set up on your software setup, on your website, and you don't add a featured image, or you guys changed it, your team changed it and failed to update it, sometimes it may need debugged again with the Facebook debugger I just showed you how to use. Or if you failed to upload a featured image for that sales page or that free offer or whatever it is on your website, and you don't have SEO software and your website's theme or template doesn't have that ability or feature, then Facebook has no way to get an image that even goes with that website. Facebook is awesome, but it's not a freaking magician, right? You still have to do your part, and you or your team is going to still have to upload a featured image that represents whatever the content of that web page on your site you're trying to drive traffic to is. So no matter how many times you debug a link or scrape a link, it's not going to magically make a link just appear out of thin air. I'm sorry, an image preview appear out of thin air like magic, right? Because you still, or your team still has to have added that featured image to the web page that the link goes to in the first place. Does that make sense? Are you guys understanding me? Are you with me? Are you following along? Is this making sense? If so, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you found most valuable about this training, what you didn't know, or what was a great reminder for you. Remember, you can use this not just for YouTube or Vimeo or video training links, but for any link to any web page. It could be a blog post, right? It doesn't have to be something you're selling or giving. It could just be value you're sharing in the form of a blog post to your business page or into groups that you own or that you participate in if it's allowed to be shared in groups you don't own, or to your personal, well, you can't do business on your personal timeline. For those who don't know, that's forbidden by Facebook. What you do instead is share to your business page, and then after you've published it to your business page, share it from there to your personal profiles, aka your own personal timelines, and you can get around it and work around it that way. Okay, so this has been Erin Lloyd from Transformational Tech Support. Let me know what you found most valuable in this training today, what was new, what was a great reminder, what you didn't already know. If you've ever had this problem where you went to share links and you're like, oh, that's why it didn't show up with the image. I never knew how to fix that before. Whatever aha moments that you may have received or had during this training, let me know in the comments. Give this post some love. Please give the video directly on YouTube a thumbs up and leave some positive comments there as well. If you get a chance, I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, you can reach me at erin@transformationaltechsupport.com or facebook.com/transformationaltechsupport and use the message button to contact me that way. Also, if you haven't yet seen if you qualify for a free Quantum Leap Your Business session with me yet, then go to facebook.com/transformational tech support, and over there in the About section you'll see a graphic that says Quantum Leap Your Biz. Click that and follow the instructions and the link to find out how you can claim a free Quantum Leap Your Business Value Pack session with me. They last anywhere from 90 minutes to a few hours, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested to see if you qualify to claim a free session. And that's it for this week. Take care. Until next time. Bye for now.